What's going on, guys? It's Kevin Mano here at MYfm with Andreas Moss. Thank you for
Hello,
being
hello.
here.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I want to talk about you and music and everything, but first we have to talk about this restaurant you were just telling me about. That's
pretty cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Dans le Noir. It's in London and Paris. And we went in London, and it's complete darkness. So you sit and you eat in complete.
You can't see anything.
No.
There's no candlelight or anything.
And after an hour, you still can't see because it's that black.
You never adjust. Your eyes never adjust.
Nope.
There's nothing to see.
Nope. And they give you like a menu choice, so you know like what you're eating. But then you eat it, and then afterwards they'll tell you.
Just speak the menu to you?
No. You pick like a color. So red. I picked red, which is meat, like beef and stuff, or pork. And then you just eat, and you don't know what you're eating. And then afterwards, they'll show you like a plate of this is what you actually had.
And did you say there's one here in Los Angeles?
Yeah, it's called Opaque. Yeah, it's the same thing, same concept. Yep.
And the waiters
are blind.
Are complete, like legally blind.
Completely blind. Yep.
So
not just blind because it's dark.
Same level
Totally.
playing field with them.
Totally. Yeah, and it's great because then they could be a waiter. You know.
Yeah.
It's great.
What if you? No, I don't know. I'm thinking like taking like night vision goggles in there or something. Would that help?
I'm sure
Is
you
that
could.
allowed?
No, definitely not. It kind of ruins the experience because you're supposed to be like focusing on what you're eating, and you talk to each other. You're not on your phone. It's great. Like we talked. We had one guy though that like didn't talk for like 20 minutes, and we're like, "Are you still there?" And he was apparently listening to the conversation next to him. That was getting kind of sexy, I guess.
How many people are in the restaurant at once? Is it like a regular restaurant?
Yeah, I'd say it sounded like there was like at least 50 people in there.
And how often do you hear loud crashes in the back of people dropping plates and stuff?
Never. I think in general you're just very careful.
Yeah.
You're just.
This is so fascinating to me.
You have to do it.
I think it's in my mind.
It's perfect. No, go to Opaque because they have it here. It's the exact same thing. It's so cool.
I had no idea. So you're from Sweden, but you've lived in the States. You have dual citizenship here in Sweden. So you have no accent.
I have no accent. Yeah,
but then when you go back to Sweden,
I have no accent there either.
Is this your voice, or do you use a different voice when you're
No, there? It is my voice, but it definitely sounds different when you're speaking a different language.
Like, what does a Swedish accent sound like?
Oh, like a Swedish, like in English?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. That's why I'm glad I don't have it. No, it's like they kind of talk like this. You know, they're very happy.
Yeah.
But not really. You know, they're just talking like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I hate that. So I'm not doing that.
Do you try to live here like for part of the year when the weather is best, and then over there? Because over there they have like the long days and the long nights, right?
So nice. Yep. So during the summer, like we were just there in May, and like it pretty much doesn't go. I mean, it does go down, but barely. Like it feels like at 12, it kind of like goes down, and then it just comes right back up again.
Yeah.
So we were shooting a music video, and it was like 3 a.m. and it looked like a little bit less than that.
So how does that's got to mess with your inner clock as somebody that goes back and forth all the time?
I mean, sometimes, yeah. Jet lag is a real live thing for sure. But I think you get used to it. You just have to sleep and try to like tonight I'm leaving to go, and I'm leaving at 10 p.m. So it's perfect because then I can sleep. So even though we're jumping 7 hours ahead, it still feels like
And you can sleep on a plane, okay?
Totally. Yeah. I can sleep literally anywhere.
Really?
I could fall asleep right here, just like this.
I'm thinking now maybe we should try that.
Yeah.
Just shut
it might
these
take like
blinds
30
and
minutes.
Turn the lights off. So man, Stuck in Your Feelings, is that the name of it? Stuck in My Feelings. I'm sorry. That's such a great song.
Thank you so much.
I just heard it for the first time last week, and I love it. And it seems like it's gaining momentum.
It's doing well. It's exciting. Yeah, people like it. And I think it's great because it sounds like it's a relational song, obviously about a person, but it's actually about addiction, which it's been really cool to see people figuring that out and contacting me and being like, I've been sober for 3 years and all this different stuff. And I wanted to write it from the perspective of a relationship because somebody could be in a relationship that's bad too. That's a literal relationship. But mine particularly was from having a relationship with addiction for a long time.
Okay, wow.
Yep.
And so how does it feel right now? I mean, you've been doing music your entire life pretty much, and now it sort of feels like there's this groundswell, and it's really happening for you.
Totally. And the thing is, like there's so much work. I think people always see it when it comes out, and they're like, oh, like where did that person come from? And it's been years of planning and preparing. So it feels like I'm just excited to be getting it out and for people to be hearing it because we've been working on it for a long time.
That's awesome. What's next? What's the plan? I mean, you're working this single right now, obviously, but is there an album coming soon or a world tour?
Definitely, yeah. So be touring in the spring. Can't say with who yet, but it's going to be great. I'm excited about that. And then the album will hopefully be coming out in the spring as well.
Yeah.
And so it's just cool to be able to share with music, and I just love that people are relating to it.
Cool. Have you been starstruck meeting anybody lately doing all this?
Well, I talk about this all the time. I'm not a very starstruck person, and I think maybe it's because this is where I work because I do a lot of songwriting as well.
Right.
And so I work with it all the time. So I can see somebody and be like, oh, hi, nice. But if I see like a piece of equipment, like a camera, that will make me like bawl. I love film. Like I'm so
Look
obsessed
right
with
there
it.
and right there.
Oh my God.
2 cameras.
Oh my God. No, but like we shot with this like incredible camera, and like there were these 2 people like making out in a bed, and I didn't even care about that. I was just looking at the camera. Like I get starstruck by equipment, and I get starstruck by like composers from movies or directors. So those people, yes.
That's kind of nerdy, but like in the coolest way. I love that.
So like I loved, as we talked about before, I love It, that movie. I think is incredible.
Show your tattoo.
Oh yeah.
If you've seen the movie, this. It was written on his cast, loser, and then he put a V over the S. That's awesome. I love that you got that.
I totally related to that. And so I did this like little video, which was just like it was called Love Kills Fear, and just coming against fear. And 2 days after, Benjamin Wallfish, who composed the music for It and for Blade Runner, emailed me, and he was like, "You totally understood what we were going for." And I just saw his name in the thing, and I was like,
"That's cool.
It's so awesome. Cool." So that's like the very long answer to your question. That's what gets me like starstruck. So I can meet a musician and be like, "Hi, nice to see you," But when it's like
I love to hear that. And you were genuinely inspired, obviously, by the movie.
I think I didn't realize how much maybe fear I had in my own life, and I think that movie is just so much about coming against fear and coming together, uniting, and like in the end, fear becomes afraid of them because they're not afraid of it anymore. And I was like,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry, most people have seen it, I'm sure. But I feel like that's such a real thing right now in the world. I think fear is such an underlying thing in our culture, and I think that if we can come together and actually talk to each other and learn about each other, then that fear will go away, because I think fear comes a lot from not knowing each other and not understanding each other. And I think the more we can have conversations about that stuff, then the more the fear will go away.
That's well said. And it's well timed in the sort of landscape of politics and whatnot here in America.
Yeah.
Which
is crazy.
Yeah. Yes. Are you sort of a movie buff?
I am obsessed.
You mentioned right before we started the interview that yesterday here in LA, you went to the WB.
Yes.
What did you see there?
Oh my God. Well, so we went because we were just doing meeting with the sync people and stuff for TV and film, and they were like, "Well, just go down to the museum. They have they can do the Sorting Hat with Harry Potter," and I was like,
"Like the real one they use in the movie?"
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they like put it on your head, and it does all this stuff. But they said I was a Ravenclaw, which is not true. But
what are you then?
Hufflepuff.
Okay.
Which I've had to accept after 3 tests. But I loved, and then we saw the It House, and we just kind of we just randomly met this guy on a golf cart, and he's like, "Hey, I'll take you around." I'm like, "Okay." So we got to see all this different, like all over the lot. So I love film, obsessed with it. So I would be a PA in 2 seconds.
Really?
I would like just wash people's feet if I could just be on the movie set. I love that.
What's the most recent thing you watched and sort of loved? My wife and I just finished season 2 of Stranger Things, and
as did I.
I can't say enough good things about it. It exceeded my expectations. Season 1 was great, and I wasn't sure what to expect from season 2. Blew me away.
It was incredible. Yeah. I loved it. Yeah, I watched it all. He actually, my guitarist, taught me how to download it to my phone, which I didn't know I could do on Netflix.
Netflix, right.
Yeah, which was awesome. So I was able to watch it all really consecutively. It's incredible. I like the second season better than the first season.
Me too.
I thought it was dope.
I don't know about that episode 7 though. It's a little
I know that's a little bit random. But,
I agree.
But it was a backstory thing. I just don't understand why they didn't come back ever.
I stayed up late to watch. We finished episode 6. I'm sorry if this is boring to you guys if you're not Stranger Things fans. But my wife and I, we finished episode 6 and it was late at night and we were like, that was so good. Let's watch one more.
Yeah, because 6 had such a cliffhanger. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, they're not going to go back to that in this episode. Right.
So it was a little disappointing, but I loved the season.
Yeah, it was dope.
For what it was. Dude, thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
I know we
Thank
talk more about
much.
movies and stuff than we did music, but it's nice to meet you. I'm excited to see what happens here in the future for you. A new record coming in the spring. Yep. Andreas Moss here at MYfm.